Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Snip.
Snip. It's my favorite show. It's the show we've been doing all this time.
The Saturday night, yes, Saturday Night InSaNiTy podcast. Welcome to our podcast here on our podcast where we're podcasting in video form for our podcast that we've been doing since 2014. Actually, I think we started in 2013. And then, I don't know, go look at the archives. It's in there somewhere. Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's a jerk for being mad at you calling it a podcast, because it's clearly a podcast.
It's totally a podcast.
Make sure you made the podcast capitalized in all podcasts? I mean, all caps?
I did, yeah. It's capitalized in the title.
That's my brain.
Podcast.
Because this is really a podcast.
Because this is our pod, and we are casting from it.
We're literally in the program cast. I mean, come on.
There you go. And we're using we're using cast for our podcast. Cast is the pod from which we cast.
Correct.
Anyway.
Wow. You're an idiot.
Yes.
Did we mention that this is a podcast?
Totally. So it's no longer Snee, it's now Snip. Snip, formerly Snee. The Saturday Night InSaNiTy podcast.
Trying to wrap up the conversation.
Podcast.
I was trying to wrap up the conversation. I was trying to wrap up the conversation before we went live, but I talked too much. So.
Oh. Is there something you want to add for which the viewers will have no context?
No. This is a private conversation. We'll not be divulging to public.
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Well, never mind then.
I'm just wrapping up talking to somebody.
Okay. Oh, I see. You have other conversations.
I'm being a fizz gig. Leave me alone.
Fizz gig.
That's why I'm chosen my last name.
Fizz gig. I love that.
Fizz gig is a flirtatious woman who travels from one source of pleasure and entertainment to another.
It's also
in a carefree manner.
It's also a furry-toothed, adorable character from Labyrinth.
Yes, it is. That's a bonus. But the actual meaning of the word is a flirty girl.
I wonder where the term originated. If one appropriated from the other.
Fizzgig, the name of the puppet is named after the word fizzgig, I'm sure, because the word fizzgig is an archaic term.
It's like how in Red Dwarf they say smeg, derived from smegma.
Fizzgig is, I don't think it's derived from anything, but it's an Old English word, I think. So.
Oh.
It's an archaic
Fizzgig
form for a kind of a loose woman.
Let's see.
Whatever.
Let's see what the official Merriam-Webster definition of fizzgig is. Says
very openly slutty, so I'm not worried about it.
Yes, you are.
That's right. Merriam-Webster.
You get no contradiction
was the man
from me.
who literally changed, like, the way that we write things in America.
Did you tweet,
There
John?
you go. Nope, I sure didn't.
You're welcome.
No, I saw tweets.
No, that was
a different tweet.
That was the wrong tweet.
Wrong. That's a previous tweet.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Boom. No. Boom. Tweeted. Okay. Thank you. Where were we? Fizzgig. Okay. According to Merriam-Webster, definition of fizzgig: 1, archaic. Well, there you go. It is an archaic term. A gadding, flirting girl or woman. You're so gadding, Skinslip.
And gadding is a flirtatious woman who goes from source of entertainment and pleasure, one source from one source to another of entertainment or pleasure. So that do go from entertainment or pleasure. Right?
And definition 2, which clearly also applies to you, is a firework of damp powder that fizzes or hisses when it explodes.
Yeah, actually, that describes my orgasm pretty well. Yeah.
Well, that's you to a T. There you go. All right. Fizzgig fireworks for the win. Fizz pop, yes. Excellent.
There you
I'm
go.
just going to turn myself
Did
down
my
a
job.
smidge because I'm peaking a little bit because I'm loud and obnoxious.
You are definitely obnoxious.
Thank
yes.
you.
Okay,
Alrighty.
we love you anyway.
So
We love you despite your obnoxious
Despite.
attitude.
I love you in spite of myself.
I love you in spite of yourself. Yes, that
In
is
spite
correct.
of myself, yeah.
JL would like us all to know that it's going to be the 4th of July
When?
on July 4th.
When is that happening?
Hey, you know what's really funny? SNI is on that day, and it's actually 3 days before
Is it really?
my 1-year anniversary.
Hey, nice.
Whoa.
Yep.
Is that...
Now I think I came out on SNI a few weeks later.
It
but
was, yeah. It was a few weeks later.
The July 7th is when I came out to the world.
Yes.
Proper.
Was that when you told me and Stoud in secret?
Yes.
Ah.
All my
okay.
friends knew. My
Yes.
family knew that day.
Yes.
And then I
Excellent.
came out a few days later, like the day before SNI, I came out publicly.
So that's your official anniversary. That's your coming
Yes.
out day anniversary.
July 7th is the day.
There you
yeah,
go.
so the day that matters, because the people who matter
Yeah.
to me knew.
Yeah, because I know it was a couple weeks later that you
Yeah.
came out publicly to the world on SNI.
Yes. Well, actually, I came out on Twitter first, but yes.
Oh, okay. The other part of the world, the SNI world.
It's the only other. It's the only other part of the world I communicate on. So you know,
Yes.
it's Twitter and this.
Twitter
That's
and
it.
this, yeah.
And our Discord, obviously.
Yes, that's pretty much the big ones for me too these days. They just
I go to
seem
Facebook
to.
occasionally.
I do. I go to Facebook still. Well, I think I can't remember if we mentioned this on the show or just somewhere else. But anyway, I basically just stay on Facebook to keep in touch with people that I don't have contact with anywhere else.
The best ever podcast on Twitch. Thank you, Matt. Is that Major Motoko, or is it a different person?
Where,
Major Motoko gets 2501. I'm guessing it's the same person. Since
That
Major Motoko
is-
2501. Okay.
Yes, that is Major Motoko, correct. The best ever podcast on Twitch.
Do you
Like-
actually tweet anything I want to follow? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna follow you back. But Major Motoko, can you do me a favor? Like, I really want to follow you, but you don't have a fucking picture. Put anything in there. I
Something.
don't give a fuck what it is.
Put Major Motoko in there.
Yeah, put Major Motoko in there.
Or Commander Shepard.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
There you
man,
go.
like you gotta, because you can't be a Twitter egg. We call this.
Don't be an egg. Actually, didn't it used to be an egg, wasn't it? Now it's just like a ghostly person.
Yeah, now it's just a weird thumb.
They should go back to the egg. That seems
I
more,
know!
more appropriate.
Yes.
A little egg. I haven't hatched yet. I'm scared.
But I'm gonna follow you. But if I'm gonna check on you in a week, if you don't have a new photo, I'm gonna unfollow you and block you. So.
Whoa. Harsh.
So you better get anything in there. I don't care what it is. I don't want to see these ghosts in my timeline. That's all I'm saying.
Ghosts.
I have a policy of not following ghosts or eggs.
Same here.
You know?
Yeah. Well, unless it's someone that I absolutely know who it is, but like Major
Right.
Motoko, but you know.
But I'm also now I know I'm going to harass them about putting a fucking image up. I don't care what it is. Okay.
Something.
It could literally be a picture of like
a tree.
a pixelated Bill Gates going or something like whatever, just anything.
You have all of Google Images at your
Literally-
disposal. Pick
like
something.
literally take a picture of your thumb and put it up there. I don't care.
That's right.
You know,
You
like
can still stay anonymous
I don't want to
to the
follow
world
an egg.
and just hide
Don't
behind
make
your
me
avatar.
look bad, Major Motoko.
Many do.
I thought you loved me.
So, lots of news items. Sadly, Garbage Gamer is unable to join us this week because he's working early tomorrow. So, much love going out to Garbage Gamer. Enjoy your day. Know that you are in our hearts and minds. So,
The cockles of my heart.
the cockles of our hearts, yes. Of course, Raptor doesn't put gaming news in the news anymore because Garbage Gamer has taken that over. But
He didn't know, though.
He's not here this week, so we don't have any gaming news. But I'm sure you guys have some gaming news that you'd be happy to drop into the mix. So, if there's anything big that happened this week in gaming, be sure to let us know, and we'll be sure to give it a mention, unless we miss it in the chat. So, I guess we'll start with the news. I guess we'll start with the news that we do have. Trailers. Official trailer number 3 for the Kingsman prequel. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I actually knew about this one, yeah. The King's Man As a collection of history's worst tyrants and criminal masterminds gather to plot a war to wipe out millions, one man must race against time to stop them. Excellent. So I guess it's the origin of the Kingsman. That's cool. Official trailer for the Broadway musical Hamilton. Heard a lot of good things about this. I'm not big on musicals, but this sounds really good. The real life of one of America's foremost founding fathers and first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton. Filmed live on Broadway from the Richard Rodgers Theater with the original Broadway cast. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a movie. I hadn't seen the trailer.
No, it's like actually the
I made
actual
assumptions
thing.
like an asshole.
Yeah.
They
Streaming.
use cameras to get all nice and close in and everything.
Yeah, so it's like a special performance they did to film it, basically.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I wish they'd do more of that, actually, for stage productions. Streaming exclusively on Disney Plus, July 3rd. There you go. Official trailer for the sci-fi rom-com Palm Springs, streaming on Hulu July 10th. Stuck in a time loop, two wedding guests develop a budding romance while living the same day over and over again. Oh, it's another time loop. So we're getting a lot of those lately. I like that.
I like them.
I like them too. It can be fun concept. Oh, starring Andy Samberg. Okay, well that's going to be frickin' hilarious then. I want to see that now. Time loop movie with Andy Samberg. Sold.
I think he's pretty funny, yeah.
I do too. Well, I love the whole Lonely Island gang. I think they're just a really funny.
Yeah, I really want to see what that movie was. Superstar, is that him in? He's in that, right? Am I crazy?
Maybe
I'm thinking of someone
Was he
else.
in
I'm sorry. I'm
Superstar?
moving on. I'm dumb.
No, that was Molly Shannon. I think that was before Andy Samberg joined Saturday Night Live.
I don't know.
But anyway.
Not Superstar. Sorry, Hot Rod. That's something.
Yes, Hot Rod. Hot Rod is the one.
Hot Rod.
Yeah.
I'm getting them confused for some dumb reason. But
I'd like to see that.
no,
too.
Superstar is yeah.
That looks funny.
I remember Superstar is Molly Shannon right now. That was like a decade way too early.
Yeah.
Or more.
Official trailer for the Netflix animated film Over the Moon, premiering fall 2020. A story about a girl who builds a rocket to travel to the moon in hopes of meeting the legendary moon goddess. Starring the likes of Sandra Oh, Margaret Cho, and John Cho, and directed by Glenn Keane, the filmmaker behind Oscar-winning short film Dear Basketball. Cool. Let's check that out. Official trailer for the Disney Plus series Muppets Now. Sold. Just new Muppets.
Sold.
I'm sold.
Sold.
Premiering July 31st. As a brand new Muppet series gets ready for streaming, Scooter rushes to deliver the episodes.
I love it being made meta.
Well, Muppets have always been very meta, especially the Muppet shows. Navigating.
Yes, Muppet Show always had backstage segments that were just great.
Oh, it was great. Absolutely. Navigating obstacles, distractions, and complications that the rest of the Muppet gang throws at him. Perfect. I'm so down for that.
More Gonzo!
I really wish we would get the other Muppet shows available again
Muppets
in some
Tonight.
way. There's Muppets Tonight.
That was the one I would love.
There was the one that was the really short-lived one too, wasn't it? It was only
like 6 episodes or something like that, 9 episodes.
And they had it concurrently with the Storyteller. I think it was like the Jim Henson Hour, and I remember the Muppets were part of that. And then there was the recent one, which I think was just called The Muppets.
No!
Which and there's a slice of other me. Okay, well. Hi, how's it going? I'm guessing internet issues. Yeah, I think the latest one was just called The Muppets, and I watched the first couple episodes. That it was excellent. It was so good. I really want to watch the rest of it. Can we please get that on?
I think it's on Disney Plus.
Oh,
too.
great. Yeah, it's wonderful. So maybe, okay. I guess I'll just move me down for a little bit until Skinslip finds her way back. Oh, there she is. Okay. Excellent.
I'm right here, you asshole.
Welcome back.
But yeah, I guess my internet decided to just poop its pants for a second there.
I was just saying the latest one they did, I don't know how much of it you saw. I think it was just called The Muppets. And it was another very meta thing where they were it was like they were still doing the Muppet Show like 30 years later, and it was all this backstage drama and stuff, and it was so good. It was geared towards an older audience, like us, people who grew up with the Muppets, and it was great. I really enjoyed it, and sadly
I don't think I ever saw that one either.
That one didn't last either.
It was great. Yeah.
Is this person with just lips as their icon?
It was only, it was only one season. So, which one? Who?
Nothing.
Okay then.
Just I gotta double check.
Ogling.
Be a bot. I think this is a bot. Fuck. Okay. These people are bots. All right. That's why I'm looking, because
I do follow a few sort of gothic beauty feeds. Just beautiful girls who post pictures of themselves a lot.
Someone who just followed me, and I vet all my followers.
A lot of
anyone
those
who follows me,
bots, yeah.
Anyone who follows me, I go to your fucking page.
Yep,
I look
same.
at your fucking photos and
Same.
make sure you're a real human being.
Yep, same.
As long as you don't have a porn link in your thing.
Yep.
Unless it's on OnlyFans, I follow porn. I follow porn producers.
Like actual, independent. Yeah, for sure.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, but like I just
making a living.
I'm not here to follow your bot shit.
No.
I don't even follow a lot of bots. Even the funny ones, I don't follow a lot of them. I have them on a list, but I don't actually follow.
I have a few. There's a few that I follow, like that TV comment bot that I've been following for ages.
See, I have a list called bots.
Yeah.
And I just have all my. And you can just on Twitter, you can just add people to lists.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you can just go view that list. So when I want a haha, I just go to the bots list and go look at all my funny haha bots.
Find all the funny, silly bot stuff.
Yeah, because I followed a bunch of bots, and they're on that list. So.
We also got the official.
Out of context. Sorry.
That's okay. Official trailer for the HBO documentary Showbiz Kids, premiering July 14th. Written and directed by Alex Winter, a documentary about the highs and lows of children in show business, featuring interviews and examinations of the lives and careers of the most famous former child actors in the world. Oh, that could be really interesting, actually.
Our very own Extremely Fat Bird is a former child actor.
Oh, there you go.
No one's significant, but, did a few things. But still, the point is, they did the thing.
Very nice. Official trailer for the adventure comedy Max Reload and the Nether Blasters. A small-town video game store clerk must go from zero to hero after accidentally unleashing the forces of evil from a cursed ColecoVision game. Starring the likes of Greg Grunberg and Kevin Smith. Cool. Sold. Let's see. Official trailer for the Netflix revival series Unsolved Mysteries. Oh, I watched this one. So excited for this. This looks really good.
I don't even need to see it. Just give it to me already. Please. Put it in my veins.
The thing I loved about it was all the little teasing hints at updated versions of the original music. Really looking forward to that.
Stoudman, we have to watch that together.
So it says, immersive, character-driven stories are rooted in the experiences of ordinary people who have lived the unthinkable. Families, detectives, and journalists hope viewers hold the clues to solving these mysteries.
It's on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, we need to see that together.
The first batch of episodes, I think there's like 10 initially.
We watch all our...
Premieres July 1st.
I said we watch a bunch of true crime stuff together, so it's like it's perfect. I mean,
you can see.
I grew up on Unsolved Mysteries. He did too.
Yeah, so did I. I loved Unsolved Mysteries.
Stack is in my veins.
You can see all of the originals on Amazon Prime. I almost wonder if those are going to move over to Netflix now that Netflix is doing the new one, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, official trailer for the biographical official trailer for the biographical film Tova. The film centers around the life of Finnish author and illustrator Tova Jansson, showing both her personal relationships and the creation of the popular Moomin books. Oh, she was the creator of the Moomin books. Moomin Papa. Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I don't know anything about it other than the Moomin memes, but that's all I need to know.
I have like one Moomin Papa book. And I remember, I think there was a couple of animated specials back in the day, but yeah.
I gotta be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Cat is being needy. I'm coming, baby.
Let me out. Official trailer for the YouTube series An Incomplete Education. In the wake of a viral pandemic, art imitates life, a professor of physics travels with his daughter in search of any other surviving humans. Oh, okay, it's kind of like Survivors, I guess. To keep his promise to his dead wife, he tries to educate his questioning daughter with hopes of keeping humanity's best ideas alive. Episode 1 premieres July 9th. Oh, I might have to check that out. I do like post-apocalyptic stuff. And finally, official trailer for the next DC animated film, Superman, Man of Tomorrow. Daily Planet intern Clark Kent takes learning on the job to new extremes when Lobo and Parasite set their sights on Metropolis. Cool. I still got to pick up the new Justice League Dark and stuff. So, yeah. Movie TV news. This one was all the rage. People were... I don't think there's any official word on this, but very strong rumor territory. Michael Keaton, who famously starred as the Caped Crusader in the Tim Burton-directed Batman movies, is in early talks to reprise the character for Warner Brothers' DC movie, The Flash. If a deal makes, Keaton wouldn't just return for Flash, but possibly for several other DC-oriented film projects. Sources say that the role being envisioned for the veteran actor is akin to the role played by Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury in the MCU, something of a mentor or guide or even string puller. For those who've forgotten, the Flash film is set to be directed by Andy Muschietti, who also directed It, Chapters 1 and 2. Cool. So I guess this will tie into the multiverse idea.
Yes. All I'm going to say is, if that happens, the next thing that has to happen after that is the Batman Beyond movie.
Batman Beyond.
Yes.
It almost seems like they might have a plan or something, huh? Interesting. This is actually pretty exciting news, too. Comedy Central, because we've just been talking about the original series of this, Comedy Central has nabbed animated series Jody, a spin-off of MTV's iconic Daria, with Tracy Ellis Ross, known for her work on the shows Girlfriends and Blackish, voicing the main character and executive producing. What Daria did for showing how inane high school was for Gen X, Jody will do for exploring the trials and tribulations of a first job for a new generation. The series will satirize workplace culture, Gen Z struggles, the artifice of social media, and more. With themes of empowerment along gender and racial lines, explorations of privilege, and a wicked sense of humor, Jody will shine a light on the personal and professional issues young black women face today. Excellent. Well, always down for more from the Daria-verse. The beloved horror anthology franchise VHS is getting a revival. Among the directors who will contribute shorts to the new anthology are Simon Barrett, who directed Your Next and The Guest, Indonesian horror helmer Timo Tjahjanto, Netflix's The Night Comes For Us, and newcomer Chloe Okuno, AFI short Slut. The producers are currently in talks with other filmmakers. The new film, entitled VHS 94, will be the first in the horror series to be presented in a single fluid narrative with each section linked up. Okay, so it'd be like linking segments, I guess. Cool. I still have to see all the other ones.
I want to talk something a little interesting here. Going back over some of the almost all of the shorts from the previous two VHS films.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are very problematic now. Like,
oh, really? Like,
kind of interesting. Yeah,
interesting.
It's like,
they're not that old.
You're like, oh. I know. It's just that's how fast the world's kind of evolving. It
is
for better in a lot of ways.
Absolutely,
so, nothing's perfect, But no, so it's like it's kind of like, it's kind of interesting. Maybe this time we'll get some that aren't. Maybe there'll be no problematic ones in this one. Wouldn't that be a
But
nice
they'll
change?
be problematic in some way 10 years from now.
Who knows? Or 20 or 30 or 50,
You never know.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's why we don't That's why we don't condemn art for what it did in the past, based on today's morals, because things change.
Now, here's some news I know a lot of people have been waiting to hear. In a recent interview, Blumhouse CEO Jason Blum gave an update on the live-action adaptation of the popular horror game Five Nights at Freddy's. Says, I feel like it's really moving forward. It's not stalled or anything else. It might seem that way because we don't have any announcements about it, but it's not stalled. It's moving rapidly forward. I don't want to put a timeline on it, but soon we'll get a movie. I really feel confident about that. The film is set to be written by the game's creator, Scott Cawthon, and directed by Chris Columbus, who previously helmed the likes of Mrs. Doubtfire, Home Alone, and others. Interesting. Cool. Well, I definitely look forward to that.
Christopher Columbus is like such a bad director in so many ways, and also he did a bunch of classic movies. But I think that's because the scripts are better than his directing. Like his shot selection is just questionable a lot of the time.
I don't know. I like the 2 Harry Potter movies he did.
I hate the way those are shot. It drives me nuts. The movies are great, but like I'm just anyway.
Okay.
Just saying, I'm not a fan of Christopher Columbus' work, even though I love Adventures in Babysitting. It's funny, I love a bunch of his movies, but not the directing he did for those movies. The movies are good despite him. Like a lot of Michael Bay movies are good despite Michael Bay.
Chris Columbus and Michael Bay. All right, anyway, as recent as this week, there has been a movement to have people of color voice characters of color instead of white voice actors, and it'll hit its peak as no kidding, eh? As actor Mike Henry announced he would be stepping down as the voice of Cleveland on Family Guy after 20 years. In a statement, Henry explained, "It's been an honor to play Cleveland on Family Guy for 20 years. I love this character, but persons of color should play characters of color. Therefore, I will be stepping down from the role." Well, there you go. The times they are a-changing. That's good.
Gotta give him a nice bonus too, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly 20 years to the day, Netflix announced they would be partnering with Aardman Studios to produce a sequel to the 2000 claymation film Chicken Run. The sequel will follow Ginger and Rocky, who are now living happily in a peaceful island sanctuary with their flock. When their daughter Molly is born, however, they find out that back on the mainland, chickens are in trouble again. Mel Gibson, who voiced Rocky the Rooster in the original, will not be returning for the new installment and will be recast.
I wonder why. Maybe because he's an anti-Semite?
Yeah.
Okay. Alleged.
Speaking of Netflix, a deal is now set for the service to start streaming the Karate Kid sequel series Cobra Kai. That's really big news. That's good news. The first 2 seasons, as well as the premiering third, will begin airing sometime later this year. That's awesome. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's really good. I'll have to check that out. Earlier this month, Bruce Campbell revealed the title for the next Evil Dead film, Evil Dead Now. In a recent interview, Campbell provided an update, which includes a title change. The official name is Evil Dead Rise. We're getting a new draft in. I don't think anything will happen until 2021. Full bore ahead. We're very excited about it. Campbell then teased a whole new ball game. No more Cabin in the Woods. Oh, interesting.
Finally.
So it'd be like an Evil Dead apocalypse of some kind, maybe? I don't know.
Finally.
Yeah.
So excited.
I gotta get off my ass and watch the series.
Yeah, I need to also.
Yeah. Veteran character actor Campbell Scott. Oh, sorry. Clive Barker's Books of Blood. Clive Barker's Books of Blood will be adapted into a new horror anthology film instead of the previously announced series, premiering in October as a part of Hulu's Huluween celebration. Brannon Braga, a key creative force behind 3 of the 5 modern Star Trek series, will direct, co-write, and executive produce the project, with Seth MacFarlane executive producing as well. Interesting. More comedy guys doing horror, huh? Veteran character actor Campbell Scott has joined the cast of Jurassic World Dominion as a key character from the original Jurassic Park, Louis Dodgson. Dodgson! We've got Dodgson here!
See, nobody cares.
In Dominion, Dodgson has been promoted to CEO of Biosyn Genetics, who are the rivals to John Hammond's InGen when it comes to dinosaur genetic engineering companies. This is significant, as Biosyn has been mentioned in every form of Jurassic Park media except the film franchise until now. Oh,
yep,
cool. I really got to get caught up on those.
You said Biosyn, I'm like, interesting. We were just talking, hey, I have a segue into a funny story.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, you do, actually.
So,
all right.
I'm 12-year-old me. I'm like, oh, that Jurassic Park trailer rolls. I'm like, I want to see that. Oh, you're not old enough to see that. I was 11 at the time. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like, oh, there's a book. Can I read the book? No, you're not old enough to read the book. I'm like, okay. Next year rolls around. I'm at my grandma's. Right? I'm at my grandma's, so I'm not supervised by my parents. I go to the used bookstore. I buy Jurassic Park. I spend all summer reading that motherfucker. I somehow smuggled that shit home, even though my mother was controlling and would go through my luggage and all that shit. I somehow got that shit home, all right? Finished the book. I walked into the living room. I threw it at her feet. and I loudly proclaimed, I don't want to even misquote myself, I have read it anyway, and your punishment shall be useless. He was so furious at me.
Uh-huh.
But it's also such a me thing to do. And I remember this today after forgetting it for many years. Those who don't know, I was hit in the head with a baseball bat like when I was a young child and don't remember a lot of random things. So that came to me today. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Fuck.
And then say what you did during your grounding.
Oh, I read the book again.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you, I'll read it again.
You definitely made that punishment meaningless. That was really good.
Okay.
I'm going to read it again. Fuck this grounding.
And here's the funny thing is she never, ever policed the content I watched ever again. Because she knew that if I really wanted to see it, I'd go see it anyway.
Yeah. It was kind of similar, but less douchey with me going to see RoboCop at 15. Basically, I was like, wow, my parent, after I went to see it, I was just like, wow, you guys are so cool letting me to go see it. And my parents just said, like, it's because we knew we couldn't stop you.
Dude, I saw Species 2 at age 16.
Because I was
there's lots of sex and nudity in that.
Yeah. Because I was so obsessed with RoboCop. It just engaged something in me that I just had to see this movie. So they knew they couldn't stop me. But, and yeah, no regrets. Still one of my all-time favorite movies. Let's see here. Okay, as he prepares to restart... more Jurassic Park news. As he prepares to restart production on aforementioned Jurassic World Dominion, director Colin Trevorrow is reteaming with Universal Pictures on Atlantis, a thriller about the mythical city. The script will be written by Dante Harper, who's previously penned scripts for Edge of Tomorrow and Alien Covenant. Nice. Unlike previous incarnations of the mythical city as an underwater kingdom, Trevorrow's Atlantis is set on a lost continent in the Indian Ocean between Africa, India, and Oceania. Never pronounced that. It is a multicultural civilization with its own advanced technology. Okay, so I guess it's like Atlantis before it sank kind of thing.
I'm curious. I like those kind of things.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
There's a significant amount of evidence that there could have been society before the society we know because it could have been wiped out.
Absolutely, yeah. All those ancient
I'm not saying it's
civilizations.
Atlantis. Atlantis is clearly just a parable for whatever that was. I mean,
Yeah.
potentially.
But there's there's so many ancient civilizations, and some of which were quite advanced for their time.
When the Sphinx was built, was placed before the Egyptians existed.
Yeah.
They modified the Sphinx. It was there before them.
Oh, okay. So
it's I mean, like, it's one of those kind of things. It's like it's an interesting, like, that's the body of the Sphinx is way older than the head. They modified a pharaoh came and modified whatever head was there, which was likely some monster head or maybe some other ruler, and they made this other guy's face there, girls. I don't know who. Can't remember.
Interesting.
Huh.
Filmmaker Eli Craig, director of the cult favorite Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, is set to helm a horror rom-com for Netflix titled "The Hills Have Eyes for You."
Yep.
Craig was quoted as saying, "This is a unique underdog love story with genre-bending scares and a lot of laughs." Craig said, "I think I'll be in my element for this one." Cool. Yeah, I'll have to. I heard about that one recently. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Cool. Love Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
That was great.
Such a great movie. Yeah. Universal is developing a reboot. Okay, this is from the "but why" category. Universal is developing a reboot of the 1996 disaster movie Twister.
Why? Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Why? The
Why
original
not?
wasn't that
it
good.
Was popular.
That's a good reason. No, that's the reason why you can remake it, because it wasn't that good.
I
that's
guess,
perfect.
yeah.
Now they can do even better, hopefully.
Well, or worse.
Or just bad.
Joseph Kosinski, the filmmaker behind such works as Tron Legacy, Oblivion, and the upcoming Top Gun Maverick, will helm the project.
I like two of those three.
Interesting.
I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, obviously, but the other two I really like. So.
Yeah.
But the real question is, will they have Van Halen's Humans Being in the
I hope not. Just to spite you.
Margot Robbie is set to produce and star in a brand new female-centered Pirates of the Caribbean film. Christina Hodson, writer of the recent Birds of Prey and Bumblebee films, will pen the script. While details are vague, the film will not be a part of the original Jack Sparrow-led series, nor will it be the already announced reboot, but will instead act as a standalone...
That's the connection!
Thank you. Will instead act as a standalone title under the Pirates moniker.
Okay, sure. Whatever. I like ladies being pirates. Go for it.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Margot
God.
Robbie, sure. Sold.
So, video game news.
Great.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Raptor says, question for Sean. Having played through The Last of Us, how much does Ellie remind you of Rosie? Well, fair amount, I'd say, honestly, in quite a few ways. Yeah, because I consider Rosie a badass that takes no crap from anybody, and that's Ellie. So there you go.
I would say especially in the scenes from when she was like 14, 15.
Yes.
It's
well,
like,
and also the
that's
fact
very
that she loves to read and likes video games and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of Rosie and Ellie for sure. Oh, and you like the bow and arrow. She's really good at the bow and arrow.
The scene where they went to that museum.
Oh God, yeah.
I won't give anything else away, but that was the scene. For me, that's totally Rosie.
That scene resonated with me a lot too, because my dad and I used to go to museums a lot when I was a kid, and that's something I'd love to do with Rose. I just don't know if there's any museums in this part of town. You might have to go elsewhere.
There's one downtown.
I know this here.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to go there sometime.
It's like a historical museum.
Okay, we'll check.
I went there for a field trip once. It's kind of hidden.
Oh, okay.
It's
So check that out. I know there's one down in Victoria. I'm pretty sure there's one over in Vancouver. So, yeah, we'll hit up some museums at some point.
I'm glad I'm your Ellie.
You're my Ellie, yes.
Ow.
All right.
Ellie's badass.
Comic book news. We'll do some video game news in a minute here. We'll just get the other news out of the way here. Comic book news. In an effort to jumpstart revenue for a lot of comic book shops reopening, Walking Dead co-creator Robert Kirkman has announced that he will be publishing a 36-page one-shot on the anti-hero Negan and what happened to him after the comic series wrapped up. Oh, so kind of like a post-series thing. That's cool. In a statement, Kirkman said, "While Charlie Adlard and I had laid the series to rest, this felt like something special we could do for the store owners who made our series a success to begin with. To that end, I'm happy to report that 100% of the revenue generated from this book will go to the stores selling it." Oh, wow. So literally a giveaway just for the stores. That's awesome.
Wow, that's actually really nice. That's not cheap. That's
No,
a lot of money.
No.
No.
The comic, Negan Lives, will hit store shelves on July 1st. Excellent. That's great. So, before we jump into the multitude of obituaries...
Fucking hate that character.
It's funny, we were just talking about that before the
I was
show,
talking about how
yeah.
I don't understand how people can like a morally repugnant character like that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, more power to you, but I just don't understand. What they did to Glenn was just wrong.
Yeah.
It was like
spoilers
abusing the audience. I'm not. It was. I don't know. No. I'm just saying it was abusing of the audience. It was.
Yeah.
It was not an okay thing. And so I checked out. I was done. That was it.
I haven't. I've only watched a few episodes beyond that, actually, and not because I was done or checked out. It's just I was like, that's the way I am with Walking Dead. I'll binge a bunch and then I'll go away from it for a bit, and then I'll binge a bunch. I'll go away from it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they made him a nice, likable character, but that sounds morally repugnant to me. I don't want to like him ever. I want him to die now.
It's
horribly worse than Glenn. I'm just saying. I'm just like that's.
Comic
I just can't.
Comic and TV diverge. Yeah, there's.
Oh
there's
yeah. The comic and
yeah.
the comic's a whole other thing. I'm just talking about the show.
There's characters in the comic that died years ago that are still in the show. You know, so
exactly. And there's people in each show, each thing that don't exist in the other, and that's fine.
Yep, exactly.
That's exactly how it should be.
So, well, yeah, adaptation, as we're always saying, like it's,
and
you know.
And I think bad guys are the best characters is good, but
yeah, oh yeah, don't want to have like cardboard
to me,
villains.
Negan is like is like having an abusive parent.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't like that relationship he has with the audience, and I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
And it's fine. That someone else is okay with it, that's fine.
I mean, I'm curious to see how it develops. I mean, because I know that he's a major character, and I only know the morally repugnant part, because I mean that's how we were introduced to him. So, I mean, I'm definitely curious to see. I mean, I definitely plan to watch the rest of the series at some point. It's just I just haven't.
I mean, I read up to. I think Negan was introduced. No. Governor.
I haven't. Mine.
Tank.
Yeah.
There's a thing with a governor and a tank.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
A character getting brutalized, and I don't want to spoil anything.
No.
Yeah, but because that one, I literally put the book down and I was crying. I was like,
that
oh
part,
my fucking god.
That part
no!
plays out. That part plays out quite a bit differently in the show versus the comic. Some of the core elements are there, but it's
it's not even the fact it happens. The way it happens is like heartbreaking.
Oh, I know.
I was just but yeah. But I mean, it's a different. But I feel like.
Hey, thanks for the bits, Major Motoko.
I feel like Kirkman handled his audiences with kid gloves compared to the writers on the TV. They were going for shock, and I don't know. It was just my personal opinion. I don't begrudge anyone who likes it. By the way, I hope everyone deserves to have everything deserves to have their fans. And if that's your thing, go for it.
Hold on.
More power to you.
Major Matoka, no, that's not sound notifications. They're not soundbar. That's just the regular alert box. I turned everything back on. I had it turned off for the Last of Us playthrough because I didn't want things interrupting the immersiveness for everybody.
An emotional game.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you want to have like as pure an experience as possible. And I do the same. I generally do the same thing with horror games as well, just so we can all kind of get into the atmosphere and all be scared together, you know.
Yes. I think the only thing that'd be good for like a horror is if you had an all jump scare soundboard.
That's what it is. I have like a horror version of the soundboard that I.
See, now that's a good way to do the soundboard. But other than that, I wouldn't, and not in Last of Us, mind you, but like in a different scary game.
Oh my God, Carlatin! I just turned them back on. You'll hear the next cheer. I saw the bits, realized the sounds are still off. I turned them back on. You'll hear them next time. So cheer more. You'll hear them now.
now we'll hear the cheers.
And you'll hear the That's My Spot works. I heard it. It just doesn't have the on-screen alert, but we hear it. So there you go. A clicker version. Oh God. No.
Oh God.
Yes.
No.
Especially. Oh my God! If I populated the soundboard with sound effects from the game, and then you just like fucking with me, I think there's an enemy.
Especially if it's a game that you play. If you have to play the game first of all. I mean.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin the original first playthrough, but
no.
That'd be good for like Alien Isolation, dude.
Oh my God!
How amazing would that be?
Sounds of the alien like. Crashing around in the air vents.
Android, like, oh my God. That would be amazing.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like, if you really want to troll me when I'm playing something scary, have sound effects from the game on the soundboard.
That's a really great idea. How did we never think of that before?
Wow.
It's like so obvious, right?
I know, right?
So fucking I hate when it's like that. Like, it's so obvious. Where is my...
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Anyway. Carrying on here. So, just the ones I missed. Thanks, Major Motoko and Smeghound for the bits, and JL, of course, for all the sounds, and Kid of Queen Luna Moon for the host. I think we're up to date now. I still get everything on my feed, but anyway. So yeah, that was it for the comic book news. Anything exciting happen in... well, actually, speaking of Last of Us, everybody's saying, get woke, go broke. This game's going to fail. We're going to review bomb it and make it fail. Yeah, sold over 4 million copies this week, so... Ha! So as Stout was saying, it's like, well, apparently it's get woke, sell 4 million copies. Yeah, so nice try,
how'd
toxic
that work
fuckheads.
out for you guys?
Yeah, how'd that?
Feel like you wasted some time, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, those of you who've been watching, just while we're on the subject, watching my Last of Us playthroughs on YouTube, yes, there will be an episodic playthrough of the second one as well. I haven't edited any episodes of it yet. I'm still in the middle of playing it. I only got it on Monday because I got, of course, the physical version, so it takes took a little bit longer to get here than all of you folks who got the digital version, but, of course, I wanted it on disc. So, if you just can't wait, though, the entire playthrough so far is already posted on Twitch, so you can catch all the repeats there. And I tried to clearly number them so you know what order they go in. So, yeah. So, anyway, they will appear on YouTube, all nicely edited with titles and stuff. But if you just can't wait, you can watch the whole damn thing on Twitch anytime.
The whole damn thing on Twitch.
There's a nice ring to it.
No, it just came out.
For some reason, that made me think of a butter commercial. I don't know why.
I'm less self-conscious about being myself, so, you know,
well,
you're going to get a weird shit like that.
There you go. As it should be.
Randomly meow, too.
Oh, my God. Weird. Like, you're preaching to the choir here. Like, how often do I just do random, stupid, silly shit on my streams? Like, I'm going to burst into song for no reason.
I like candy.
Jesus, my friend. Okay.
Random.
In memoriam. Lots of obits this week.
And then we'll do gaming news to lighten everything up. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in gaming news stuff. Games happened. Enjoy.
Let's go through obits and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
Chat.
Oh, okay. We got some stuff. Okay. Joe Sinnott, American comic book artist and World War II veteran with a career spanning 69 years from 1950 to 2019. Working primarily as an inker, Sinnott is best known for his long stint on Marvel Comics' Fantastic Four from 1965 to 1981 and briefly in the late 1980s. Initially over the pencils of Jack Kirby.
Hey, listen.
What? I'm doing the obits. Don't interrupt me during the obits. During his 60 years as a Marvel freelancer and then salaried artist working from home, Sinnott inked virtually every major title with notable runs on the Avengers, the Defenders, and Thor.
Mm-hmm. Yep, hugely important, like I said.
Yes. Yes, we've been having sounds all night, dude. I don't know how you missed that, but anyway, thank you for the bits. Steve Bing, American businessman, philanthropist, and film producer. He was the founder of Shangri-La Entertainment, an organization with interests in property, construction, entertainment, and music. Bing invested money into 2 films by Robert Zemeckis, The Polar Express and Beowulf, both pretty, cutting edge at the time CG movies. The Rolling Stones.
So creepy.
Which one?
Polar Express is so creepy.
Oh, Polar Express,
yes.
yeah. It
but
has
it's
not.
still revolutionary.
The animation has not aged well, but anyway, still great to see Tom Hanks in multiple roles.
It's a huge stepping stone at the time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, it was. The Rolling Stones concert film "Shine a Light," and he also co-wrote both the screenplay and story of 2003's Kangaroo Jack. So there you go.
Oh, I love that movie. I wish the director's cut would get released for that.
Yeah,
rated R.
I remember we were talking about that. That really surprised me, but I would love to see that.
Cut it down to a PG-13 film, Kangaroo Jack.
I want to
really
release the R-rated Kangaroo Jack cut.
Yeah. Fuck the Snyder cut. Give me R-rated Kangaroo Jack.
That's right. Get our priorities going here. Come on. Kelly Asbury, American animated film director, screenwriter, voice actor, published children's book author and illustrator, and nonfiction author with a 35-year career from 1985 to 2020. Worked on such films as The Black Cauldron, Chicken Run, which we were just talking about earlier. Co-directed Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, and directed Smurfs, The Lost Village, and Shrek 2. Wow. Kelly Asbury. Louis John Carlino, American screenwriter and director. His career spanned 5 decades and includes such works as 1967's The Fox, 1966's Seconds, 1972's The Mechanic, 1976's The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea, and 1977's I Never Promised You a Rose Garden, 1980's Resurrection, and 1979's The Great Santini.
What was that about the sea? What movie was that?
The Sailor Who Fell from Grace with the Sea from 1976.
I want to see that just for the title. I have no idea what it's about.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. James S. Henderson, American screenwriter and producer with a 40-year career between 1959 and 1999. best known for writing on such classic television as Lassie, The Flying Nun, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, and many others.
Flying Nun. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I used to watch both Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie quite a lot when I was a kid.
Those were great shows.
They were lots of fun.
Yep.
Charles Webb, American novelist. His famous work is the 1963 novel The Graduate, which was made into a 1967 film of the same name. I believe an Academy Award-winning 1967 film, too.
It was, starring Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
It's
Hoffman.
an amazing film. I've seen way too many times. I'll probably never see again because I've seen it.
One of his
It's
breakout
blazed
performances.
in my brain. I saw it like every fucking semester in film school.
Milton Glaser, American graphic designer. His designs include the I Heart New York logo. Well, everybody knows that one. The psychedelic Bob Dylan poster from 1967, and the logos for DC Comics, specifically the DC Bullet logo. Stony Brook University and Brooklyn Brewery, excuse me. In 1954, he also co-founded Pushpin Studios, co-founded New York Magazine with Clay Felker, and established Milton Glaser Incorporated in 1974. His artwork has been featured in exhibits and placed in permanent collections in many museums worldwide. He received many awards for his work, including the National Medal of the Arts Award from President Barack Obama in 2009. In 2009.
That's a future time.
And was the first graphic designer to receive this award. Lawrence
designed the DC logo. Most of our youths.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yep.
Lawrence Huey Franks Jr., American rapper and hip-hop artist with 14 years in the industry from 2006 until 2020. Best known for his hit single Pop, Lock, and Drop It, which peaked at number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Stuart Cornfield, American film producer and actor with a 31-year career from 1986 until 2017. He helped produce David Cronenberg's The Fly and many of Ben Stiller's works, including Zoolander, Tropic Thunder, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, and many others. The appearance and personality of Les Grossman, the hot-headed and foul-mouthed Hollywood producer played by Tom Cruise in Stiller's film Tropic Thunder, is reportedly based in part on Cornfield. Mm-hmm. And finally, last but most definitely not least, Joel Schumacher. And he says, we're going to try something different here. Instead of me, Raptor, listing down a bunch of accomplishment, I would like the gentleman and lady to give their thoughts and reflect on the life and career of the late, great Joel Schumacher. Well, I will say this right off the top. It irritates the fuck out of me that most people remember him for his Batman films, because we've talked about him on numerous occasions, and the fact that he was actually a very eclectic and versatile filmmaker who did some very cool and boundary-pushing films, such as, of course, Falling Down, which is, a film that's probably only become more relevant with time.
You motherfuckers, none of you motherfuckers talk, you motherfuckers to chat, people watching the recording 500 years from now, you motherfuckers don't talk about Tigerland enough. You gotta get
Tigerland, that's one I need to see. I need to see that one.
So fucking good.
And the other one I was going to say was the wonderful, basically experimental claustrophobic thriller Phone Booth with Colin Farrell and the voice of Kyle Sutherland. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, not Donald, but Kiefer.
I was like, wait a minute. I know it's a K. I'm going to say every K word I name.
Sutherland.
No, K name I know.
The one you were thinking of.
Yeah.
Something Sutherland.
Sutherland. Donald Sutherland Jr.
I mean, technically.
But, yeah. So, I mean, he did a lot of...
Yeah.
Did a lot
The Lost Boys.
And the
Lost
Boys. The Lost Boys, yeah, which is... was like the movie to see when you were a teenager growing up in the 80s, which of course means
I didn't see it until last year.
I didn't see it until I bought the Laserdisc in the early 2000s.
We only watched it you and I watched it together.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You knew that.
Oh my god, I don't remember that. I remember seeing it with you, but I didn't know it was your first time. Anyway, Bert said that she always stops at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk when he can because of the Lost Boys, and I've been there once. What I neglected to do when I was in Santa Cruz is go to the mystery spot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He also did 8mm with Nicolas Cage. The Number 23, which people seem to love or hate. I like it. I think it's all right.
It's not great.
No,
I don't like it.
I think it's a good little kind of jab at conspiracy nuts and finding patterns and things that aren't necessarily meaningful, but thinking that they are. I see it as a sort of a satire, essentially, but like yeah, that sort of thing. We talked about it on one of my streams recently. Oh, St. Elmo's Fire. That was another one that was considered one of the movies to see, being a teenager growing up in the 80s. The Incredible Shrinking Woman. I actually saw that in theaters when I was a kid.
Wow.
With Lily Tomlin. Very funny movie. I think it's on Warner Archive now. And DC Cab, the Cab Company movie starring Mr. T.
Oh, nice.
Like, I mean, look at this guy's career. He does, like, comedy, drama, vampires. Did Flatliners, another one with Kiefer Sutherland. You know?
Flatliners is
he's
fucking
done-
amazing.
Yeah.
Straight up horror right there, you know? Like,
Yeah. 8mm, like, thriller, and, you know.
he literally did a little bit of everything.
He did a film version of The Phantom of the Opera, which I think was based on
It's
the...
a musical.
That was based on the musical. Yeah, he did the film of the musical.
I don't like it, but some people
of
really
Phantom of the
love
Opera.
it.
Yeah.
I didn't really like
So-
it, but other people really love it. So, like, you know, hey.
So he did a lot. He's not just that Batman guy, okay?
I mean, he is
Why are
that
you
Batman
so
guy.
offended?
Plus other stuff.
I mean, he apologized for those, and it was more the studio
Hey.
than him. He was just a director for hire on those.
He was trying to make it campy like the '66 series.
Well, he wasn't. He was trying to make it more comic booky, but he wasn't necessarily going for campiness. He wanted to go in like a more serious direction like the first two, but just less sort of oppressively dark, I guess.
Yeah.
But the studio said, no, make it more, you know, fun and silly. And So you see, like Batman Forever in particular, you see more elements retained of what he was going for. Batman and Robin was just completely fucked, though. It was completely out of his hands.
I preferred his crime thriller stuff like 8mm. That stuff was...
Yeah, he was very good at it.
I don't think he has written any bad movies in his filmography.
He doesn't have a huge filmography either, but it's an interesting and eclectic one, as I say. Like there was, he didn't lock himself down to one type of film. He was a director who's willing to take chances, I guess, is the way to describe it. He wasn't afraid to branch out.
Actually, he seemed to always take chances. Actually,
yeah.
I bet you that was the reason why he chose a movie, right? Because it was him taking a chance.
It's like, this is something I haven't done before. Sure.
Right, exactly.
Which is good. That's how you keep growing and expanding your, you know. And if some of them don't quite work, fine, whatever. It was worth the experiment, you know. So.
I forgot he did Bad Company. It was a not good movie.
Which one?
So you know, Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Oh, Bad Company.
With Chris Rock and Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, okay. No, I
It's
haven't.
a comedy.
Haven't
It's not
seen that
good.
one. No. Okay, well.
But I mean, A Time to Kill, Tiger Lane, Falling Down, Flatliners, The Client, Phone Booth.
Yeah.
I've just named off like 6 amazing films. That's a whole marathon you could do, you know? And there's more that I haven't seen, but those are like ones I can recommend, you know?
I really like The Client. All I'm going to say, though, is that the villain character in The Client, if you watch him now, maybe when you watched him back in the 90s or whatever, you're like, yeah, that's a believable villain character. You watch it now, it's like, that is the most ridiculous villain character I've ever seen. He literally never wears a shirt. He never wears a shirt. He wears a fucking blazer, never a shirt.
So just a blazer over his naked torso.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
I see villains like that all the time, just walking around the streets, being villains.
I've seen people like that all the time. What are you talking about?
Maybe it was just a fashion trend at the time. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake!
Shirtless blazer.
That was a fashion trend in approximately one place in the 90s.
That was good timing.
The WWF.
As you were shaking your head, JL did the fuck's sake sound. Just like, fuck's sake!
Perfect. Yeah, we only watched one movie, Stoud. I forgot about that. What the hell did we watch?
I didn't watch any movies this week.
Phantasm.
No, what else did we watch? Is that all we did?
I thought you watched Phantasm like a couple weeks ago.
Well, it's Phantasm 3, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're continuing
Anyway,
through the franchise.
What we're doing for tonight's gaming news is Garbage isn't here, so why don't you tell us what you want us to talk about? We don't know what's important because Garbage isn't here to tell us.
Because we didn't know.
I do know a few things.
Okay.
For instance, they came out with the new trailer for Crash Bandicoot 4.
Oh,
They're
yes.
making a new Crash Bandicoot
I forgot about
game,
that again.
That's pretty. So did I.
which we talked about a little bit last week. I think
That's
we
good.
talked about and mentioned it might be happening.
It's good news.
But
It's official.
It's officially happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Officially now.
Yay.
It's happening. .gif.
Yay. That's awesome. Yeah, I got to get back to playing the others. I got the just gorgeously remastered version. And it's great news that we're getting a new one, getting a fourth one. So we'll actually have the entire Crash Bandicoot saga on PS4.
On Stewie one brought point the Steam Summer Sale started this week.
I was just going to mention that, yeah. So, yay, cheap games.
My only problem with the Steam Summer Sale
Uh-huh.
is a personal problem. It's not Steam's fault per se.
Uh-huh.
It's just that I've already bought all the games that I want that are going to be a really low price as it is. So all the games left over that I want just
Aren't
ever,
on
ever,
sale.
ever
Yeah.
drop below a certain price.
Hey,
point.
hey, Stab, this
Ever.
is kind of funny. You know that bundle
So-
you gave me a grid out of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to pause my payment, so I got that bundle.
Oops.
No.
I do everything but grid, but that's beside the point. Just
Oh, well.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, is that when that's
But
going
yeah,
to
it's like
Destroy All Humans remake next month, apparently. That's when that's coming out. I didn't know when that was
I've
coming
also
out.
noticed that some things in the sale this year, it's like, that has been a lower price in previous sales.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh.
higher price now.
Yeah.
And so there's certain things like that, and then the issue of like things never dropping below the $10 price point anymore. A lot of games just they will not drop below
Yeah.
the $10 price point anymore. And I remember 5-10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they drop almost everything to like the $5
So old.
to
I know.
$8 price point.
Why are you so
it's like,
old?
I remember back in the early
I
days of
remember
back
Steam.
in my day.
Back in that
Hey, old
day,
man.
you never had to pay more than $5 for a game you
$5.
wanted to play during Steam
That's it.
sale. $5. That's all they'd ever charge you. Like that.
I refuse to pay more than $5 for
God
any
forbid.
game.
Shakes can. Thank you, Bird. Shakes can.
I know. Some. I don't
Ghost
know.
of Tsushima.
Hey,
That one
that
looks
game.
good. That one looks good.
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I forget what it was. Was it some old episode of SNI or something? I saw something from like 2 years ago where Ghost of Tsushima had been mentioned. Like it's been in the works for a while, and then I
I
completely
had no idea.
I completely forgot. It dropped off my radar, and then of course now that it's coming out, it's picking up buzz again. And I was like, Ghost of Tsushima, what's that? And it's like, well, apparently I knew what it was 2 years ago, and then forgot, and then
Yeah, that's the one that got on my nerves a little bit.
what?
I was trying to think of the specific game that was like, why is this more expensive than it was before?
Oh,
And it's Hands of Fate,
Hands of
which is a
Fate.
game I already have. But I noted
Shut
that
up.
it's like,
Wait a minute, Manos, the Hands of Fate game?
no.
No.
Oh.
Hold on.
'Cause I know there is one.
Wait. You're complaining about a game you already have. You shut the fuck up right now.
But
Shut
I have
up.
to tell you the point.
No.
Wait.
Your opinion doesn't count.
It used to be $5 on sale. Now it's $10.
Doesn't fucking matter. You already own it.
But you already
Shut
have it, so why does it matter at
cares?
all? Why does that annoy
It's
you,
just
who owns the
it just
game?
shows me how
Why?
Got it for $5.
It's just one game. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not a trend, Stout.
One of your thousands
You
of
would
games.
tell me you need some evidence about trends and picking you're choosing specific sources as your evidence, but not
This
right.
widespread trend of one game.
that you already fucking own.
It's my one
You are
example.
so
Okay?
privileged.
There are
Shut
others.
your
Yes,
mouth.
I'm
He's
sure.
trying to.
Shut
He's
your privileged
trying.
mouth.
This is how a ginger tries to show empathy. See, he's like, I already own this game. But I'm going to feel bad for those that don't, because they will have to
you
pay
are being
more.
forced to pay $10
Fuck up,
when they
Donnie.
could
You're
have
out of your
gotten it
element.
for $5.
God damn
Well,
it.
It's ridiculous.
well,
Shut
hey,
up.
an
I hate
effort,
you
an
so
effort
much.
was made. Yeah,
Just you're the worst kind of human right now. Okay, Chad.
yeah.
Jesus.
No, I acknowledge it's a stupid thing to complain about. It's just that,
Oh
I
no.
remember back in my day.
Back in my day, everything went on sale.
Oh boy. Anything else?
15 cents for a game.
So this is why we leave it to Garbage Gamer, because none of us ever know what's going on in the world of gaming.
There's a Cuphead show
I just
coming
play
that
games and like, oh, that game looks good. I'll play that. That's like the extent of my gaming news, paying attention. But oh yeah, Cuphead show. Yeah, I watched that. There is the animated Cuphead series coming out, and it looks great. Like, it looks really good. They got like all these animators who are just super passionate about that era of animation and everything, and the love really shows. It looks fantastic.
The game looks fantastic. The game looks like you're playing a game, an episode of a fucking cartoon. It's
It
crazy.
does. It really does. It's
That shit bananas. I said. When I
well,
played
it was all hand animated. I mean, it was.
I know it's batshit cuckoo bananas,
so
and you look
beautiful.
at it all. Dude,
Um,
at some point, you're playing around, and there's like 20 or 30 sprites, and they're all hand animated, doing
I know.
complex animations and shit.
And they're like beautifully animated. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even just, you know.
Cuckoo
It's...
batshit bananas.
Oh, Jesus Christ! That came out of nowhere.
Damn, thank you. Perfect.
Perfectly timed.
Amazing.
Unusual.
It's still the horror
That's
soundboard right now, so you guys may have noticed no
Oh.
evil this week. So Jail's
Okay.
just going to make up for it by scaring the shit out of me randomly, apparently.
this. Great. Keep it up, Jail.
What else? Yeah, so Cuphead animated series looks great. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't that much left in video gaming news.
Not
after
really. Well, after
The
the
Sony event
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
yeah.
There are some things that happened or were announced with the PC gaming show,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what they were for the life of me.
Cool. There was a PC
It's like,
gaming
okay.
show, and they
There
talked
were
about
some
stuff.
interesting looking games that were announced for the next year or two.
Excellent.
Oh wait, I remember one thing. They pushed back Cyberpunk 2077 officially to November, which makes sense to me because, of course, they would. That's when all the new fucking consoles are coming out.
Yes.
Duh.
Duh. Duh.
Does that mean you'll have to buy the new console? Probably
Well-
not, but you'll probably want to.
I don't have a
get the best
PS4
version.
yet.
I know.
I don't have a Switch. Do you guys understand? Hold on. I need everyone to. Where the
I
fuck
have
is-
Switch privilege over here.
I
Switch
can't-
privilege.
so angry. Well, you understand.
Oh, really?
I can't play my fucking video game because the Switch isn't
Oh.
in stock anywhere.
Anywhere.
They're
I
starting to go
wanna
back into stock, though. They're
They
I
are,
starting to-
want
yeah.
to go on cute
That's some
dates with
news.
my girlfriends, okay?
Switches are coming back into stock, so get one. Iceman says apparently Disco Elysium is getting a TV series. That's pretty cool.
My friends that are girls. Let me clarify.
Sure,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
I have heard that Disco Elysium is excellent.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Kind of a cyberpunk-y
just the
game, isn't it?
concept of it.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at a few screenshots, I think, back when it first came out and people were talking about it. But then Outer Worlds seemed to kind of take over that sector of social media, at least on my feed. So I mostly just heard about Outer Worlds.
What? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, they both came out around the same time, like within a week of each other, I think. So they both kind of got a lot of buzz around the same time. And I first heard of one, Disco Elysium. I'd never heard of it before. There's like one person on my Twitter feed mentioned Disco Elysium. I've been playing Disco Elysium. It's really good. I love it. Blah, 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 blah. And then Outer Worlds came out. It's like, okay, I love Outer Worlds even more than Disco Elysium. And that was literally the first I had heard of either game. Was this one person on my feed. I'm like, I don't know what these are, but I respect this person's opinion. I have to check this out. So, and I looked at them and I was like, those look good. And then Stout sent me Outer Worlds, and I still haven't played it. But Rosie played it and liked it. So she hasn't got back to it yet, but she liked what she played. Yeah. Great story, huh? Do we have any pickups this week?
Yes, I've got a bunch.
Yay! I have 3.
I guess I could mention one thing.
This will lead into the role-playing game. Okay. Oh, I know this game. This looks cool. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
This looks really cool.
I think that's the way they both...
I can't play it because it's on the consoles I don't have.
I think they both... That's one reason they both got similar buzz.
Oh, it's on Windows.
They're both RPGs. Different types of...
Major Matoko mentioned one other thing before we get to the pickups. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated came out this week.
Ooh!
They remastered a SpongeBob game.
Awesome. Finally. Hey, we like SpongeBob around here. Got nothing against that little,
I know
little yellow
a lot of
dude.
Kids at the time grew
Square.
up with those games, so like I understand it.
I don't
Also,
know. I mean, they've been doing that with
I
a lot
remember
of...
at the time when that came out, and I looked at it, and it did not look appealing to me. But
I don't know. I mean, they did a remaster of that cereal game, that Chex Blaster game or whatever.
That's true.
So
nostalgia is a powerful
they're just
seller.
doing everything, anything they can get their hands on, if they can make a buck.
The only thing more powerful than nostalgia for selling something is sex.
Yep. All right. So Stout, you said you have something?
One thing I already mentioned.
Already.
Already.
Hold on.
And that's this.
Hold on. There we
A
go.
new fan that's sitting right
Ooh,
down here.
Honeywell.
Blowing
Turbo
air
Force.
at me.
Directly into
you can
your
feel
sweaty
the
crotch.
Power 25 feet away.
Wow. I moved.
Which means I had somebody come into their
my
fucking place of business and tell them that they could feel a waft of wind from 25 feet away.
I moved my fan over here, so it's basically blowing directly on me
$10 to say you can feel
because
this
it
25
was
feet away.
because it was very warm and muggy here last night, and I knew I was going to be gaming for many hours and wanted to stay cool. And then it cooled down, so it was like, by the time we got to the end of the marathon yesterday, I was like, but I didn't want to move the fan because I was like, I'd rather be than. So, yeah, that's my illustration of heat versus cold. All right, so that's it. You got a fan.
Yep.
Excellent.
Well, I guess I could mention this too.
Stout.
I got Dunkaroos.
Oh, and you
Yeah,
got
Stout.
you got Dunkaroos. There we go.
Stout. Is it your biggest fan?
No, it's actually not my biggest fan. My biggest fan is
Le Gas.
La gas. Okay. Well, Skinslip, what'd you get? You said you got a bunch of stuff? Let's see your bunch of stuff.
I got this cute skirt. Ah!
Yay. Just looks like
Wow,
a mass
it looks
of
so
black.
Cute. Like I can really tell.
That's why I'm wiggling
It's
around.
a skirt. Oh, you're wearing it. I couldn't tell. Okay. I just saw this, like, shadowy darkness.
Yeah. I posted it in the selfies chat, chat on our Discord.
On the Discord. Okay, cool. Excellent.
Okay. That was one thing. Next, I got part 1 of my Vinegar Syndrome order in. The other part's that's
nice.
still.
Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be some good stuff here.
It hasn't come yet.
I'm just saying. It's going to be at Stout. So, first up, recommendation from someone on Twitter. I think Billy. I want to say Billy Jarrett. I'm sorry, Billy, if that was you and I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't. Anyway, somebody I frequently talk with recommended this when they were talking about, like, they're asking me what I was going to get, and then I told them, and they told me this was the thing. Like, okay, it sounds cool.
Psychos in Love.
Yeah, Psychos in Love. Like, all right. Next, got Rudy Ray Moore and Dolomite.
Oh, interesting.
And we got Rudy Ray Moore and the Human Tornado.
Okay.
I recognize the pattern here.
Sensing a theme, yes.
You get Rudy Ray Moore and Petey Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law. This movie looks like batshit insanity. They're all batshit insanity.
Excellent.
Rudy Ray Moore in Disco Godfather. That's the fourth and last one they have available. I think there's like four or five more Rudy Ray Moore films, but they're like later films, and who cares? Next, a film that Sean and Stoud will definitely want to watch at some point. I'm not going to buy it for you guys, but
okay.
I got this limited edition slipcover. There's a non-limited edition.
Ooh.
It's called The Passing.
The Passing.
Here, I'm going to show you the slipcover. You ready?
Yeah.
It wraps around.
Oh, very nice.
I don't do this for a lot of titles, so I'm going to read this to you because I'm trying to sell it to you.
Okay.
It's called The Passing. Here's the regular cover. Just, you know.
Okay,
right.
quite different, yeah.
Ernie and Rose are two widower World War II veterans with no one but each other living in a crumbling old house outside of Baltimore. Wade is a youthful blue-collar laborer with a wife and a young child. Their lives seem predetermined to never intersect until Wade's wife is savagely assaulted, and in a fit of anger, Wade accidentally kills her attacker, subsequently finding himself convicted of murder and sentenced to death. Fears of morbidity are also affecting Ernie, who, on the advice of the doctor, agrees to enroll in a mysterious program in which the minds and souls of the elderly can be implanted in the bodies of the young. Eager to experience youth again, Ernie agrees with Wade forcibly assigned to be Ernie's new physical self because he committed a crime.
Okay.
That's what they do in these. Yeah, anyway. But neither of these two men, one willing, one victim, are prepared for the true results of the horrifying procedure.
Interesting.
Kind of like a psychodrama sci-fi movie, like kind of like a body transference.
It's like elements of it's like kind of like with Get Out and that Doctor Who story we just watched recently.
Yeah. So it was a 7-year passion project for director, writer, producer, co-star John Huckert. The Passing is a dazzling micro-budget examination of love, loneliness, and the fear of death, set against an increasingly surreal science fiction and horror background.
Nice.
As it builds to its unforgettable, unsettling, body transfusion-filled climax. Barely available after its 1-week theatrical run, The Passing comes to Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome in a loaded special edition, newly restored from its last surviving film elements.
Which apparently Rose finds hilarious. I have no idea what she's giggling about over there.
This comes highly. I really want to see this.
That sounds really good. I like that.
I read this back and I just immediately thought, oh, Stoud and Sean are going to get very different vibes out of this movie, but they both want to see this.
Cool. Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I'm definitely interested to see that.
Next, we have Shots, which is this really cool hand-drawn slipcover.
Neat. I like
that. And I'm not going to read the back of this, but this is a low-key piece of regional New American cinema a low-key piece of regional New American cinema influenced action thriller and character drama. Shot was produced for a scant $15,000 at a college town of Champaign, Illinois. That's
nice.
Why I bought it. I just had that much into the thing. Like, okay.
Love low budget actioners.
Looks
passion projects.
It's like a wild, like all those writing ecology.
That's really cool. I like that. Yeah.
Next, the very first thing I went to the site is the sale went live. 9:05 hit. I ran to Vinegar Syndrome. I immediately bought one of like 50 copies of Evil Town they had available.
Evil Town.
I didn't buy anything else. Just bought this first.
Just
the very first thing I wanted to make sure that it didn't sell out.
Yeah.
Because it's the only VSA titles I was missing.
Nice.
Stoud helped me getting the other VSA titles, so now I have all of them as soon as I get them with Stoud.
Excellent.
So Evil Town, which is some sort of horror movie. I don't know. I'm collecting all the VSA titles. I'm not generally completionist, but I really like these the video store like slip boxes when they actually don't rip the fucking plastic.
You put it in the other way, maybe?
No, as the box is a little bit narrow in the middle, so I just gotta, and it keeps trying to bend plastic on the beauty.
Oh no! Is it sealed on the top? Or is it not like a?
Yeah, it's sealed on the top.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like, why are you just putting it in from the top? But yeah, no, I see now. Gotcha.
It's like a VHS.
Yeah. I see.
It's numbered 2,316 of 2,500.
Neat.
All right, then we got this weird slasher film, I think. What is it called? Because it's not used in any of the other covers. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, some ridiculous title like like. Anyway, so this movie's called Blood Games. It's a here's the cover. This cover looks cool, right?
Yes, very.
And then you see this, and you're like, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's my style.
Yep.
Sold.
I could see that on a VHS shelf in 1989.
Yep. It's a shockingly violent revenge thriller that, despite its early 90s release date, is a unflinching in its brutality as the roughest exploitation film from the 70s.
Wow.
Sold.
Well, I want to see that now.
Last but not least, it's funny Sean mentioned this movie because I'd already bought this.
Nice.
Liquid Sky.
Hey, you got it. Nice.
It's a slipcover, but that's okay. I got the movie. So.
There's such a gloriously hallucinogenic film. Like, it just takes you on a freaking journey.
Did you get this, Liquid Sky? Oh, well, now you know what you're going to get next time. You're like, well, I won't be fucking buying this. Like, all right.
Yeah.
All my friends bought it.
It's so different. Like, I really liked it, actually. It was quite a treat.
I'm looking forward to watching it eventually.
Yeah.
Loves everything, by the way.
Excellent.
All of it.
Well, that's some good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
It's so funny. Like, we both happened to get Liquid Sky at, like, the same time.
Yeah, independently. I just thought it sounded neat. I read the back of it. I saw, like, someone talk about it. Not you, but someone else. And
no.
Like, oh, okay.
And then I got it because it was the only other film that Paula E. Shepherd did, who was Alice in Alice, Sweet Alice. So I was like, well, I'll get that and I'll have her entire filmography. Plus, I thought it looked really cool.
There's also 3 times the special features of any of most.
There's so much stuff. I think there's like a feature-length making of on there.
Yep.
And
Liquid Sky Revisited, 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
Almost feature length. But then there's like,
which I believe is by the director of the film.
Oh yeah, I had no idea. But yeah, it's like 2 hours of interviews on here. I mean, and there's a Q&A, which is like 40 minutes long or 30 minutes long or something like that.
Commentary. There's a commentary track with the
there's a commentary track.
Director.
Newly restored in 4K, by the way.
Oh, it looks beautiful. It looks great.
Oh yeah. Well, like the reason why I support Vinegar Syndrome so much is because they do Criterion level restorations on a lot of the projects. So
yeah, it looks really good.
I appreciate it.
And it's just
to me, it's worth
such
the price.
A trippy movie.
$20, $25 a movie. You know.
Nice.
Unlike
you know what else was worth the price? Those Dunkaroos I just ate.
Motherfucker.
Dunkaroo. God, I can't even remember the last time I had Dunkaroos.
Bimbos. It's called Baseball Bimbos in Hillbilly Hell. Thank you, Iceman. That's Blood Game's alternate title. Baseball Babes in Hillbilly Hill. Baseball Bimbos in Hillbilly Hill. Excuse me.
Wow. So just
Hillbilly Hell.
Just to clarify, Dunkaroos are those like cookie sticks with like a chocolate dip, right? That you dip them into.
Frosting dip. This was a vanilla frosting.
Oh, frosting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think I've had the chocolate ones.
The most popular one was the chocolate ones, yeah. And Skinslip was actually telling me about Hello Panda is very similar. Right?
Yeah, and Koala Yummies, which is the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a dead brand, apparently.
Okay, so I just have 3 this week. It was kind of a slow week. Bill time's coming up. Don't have a lot of money to go around. But
you gotta make sure you pay your bills first.
Yep. But one of these was really cheap. This is actually ties into one of the ones I got last week, which you guys saw, was the Marvel Knights Astonishing X-Men collection. Well, I got the only other Marvel Knights titles to come out on Blu-ray as well. A double feature of Iron Man Extremis and Agent of Sword Spider-Woman. So this is a Warren Ellis
Extremis, I think.
Extremis, yeah, I think you're right. Like extremities.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Iron Man Extremis. I actually have the trade paperback of this. A viewer sent it to me, so I'm probably going to read that first, then watch the motion comic.
And elements from the Extremis storyline was put into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series.
And Iron Man 3 actually was, which
yep, that's where that came from.
Yeah, and Agents
tied to it.
And the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. storyline tied straight into it. Yeah, I remember that. The first I actually heard of Extremis was the first couple episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then I vaguely remembered hearing about this famous storyline, and then got the graphic novel, and then now have the motion comic. And so this is a Warren Ellis story, and this one, the Spider-Woman one, is a Brian Michael Bendis story. who is
Agent of Sword, right?
Agent of Sword. Yes.
I believe Sword is whatchamacallit. It's like counterpart to Shield, but
yeah,
it's for like intergalactic threats or something,
oh, okay.
or it's the British one. I can't.
Yeah, it
remember
doesn't
which.
say anything about the story. Just
I can't remember which. It's It's been a while.
Hey, brothers.
Sword and Shield. I think it's the UK branch for some reason.
Yeah. So lots of extras on here. Got visual histories of the characters. There's a music video. There's also interviews. They got a conversation with Brian Michael Bendis, which would be pretty interesting to watch, and a conversation with extremis artist Adi Granov, and some behind-the-scenes stuff as well. So very cool. Oh, and there's also Marvel Superheroes What The, starring Iron Man as a bonus. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Love those.
Yeah. So anyway, this one was like $5. I couldn't believe it was that cheap, but I'm guessing nobody buys them. So anyway, I've got all two of the Marvel Knights Blu-ray volumes now, so that'll be nice. And then next up, I got the first one in the horror box ages ago when they sent me one for free for review purposes. And didn't even realize at the time it was part of the new Hammer revival. And as you know, I'm collecting all things Hammer now, so that does stretch over to the new stuff as well as the classic stuff. So I thought, well, I've got the first one. I should get the second one because this would make a nice kind of double bill review for Halloween. I can watch both of them and then do a double feature review. So I picked up The Woman in Black 2. So the second Woman in Black. This is Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death, starring, as far as I can tell, none of the cast from the first one. So, yeah.
Okay, if it's none of the cast and it's a different director and a different story entirely, I might consider it. Because the first one was just... it wasn't complete garbage, but it was like a 4 out of 10.
I don't know. I haven't seen either of them, so I can't say.
I'm gonna describe it as passable garbage.
But no Daniel Radcliffe in this one.
At best.
So anyway, I have no opinion because I haven't seen either one. I'm sure I'll enjoy them on some level.
I should still check that out.
But yeah, so anyway, so I got the first one for free a while ago. This was going fairly cheap, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's grab that, and we'll do a double feature review for Halloween. So look forward to that some Halloween. Maybe this one, maybe another one. Who knows? And then finally, last but most definitely not least, I've had this sitting in my cart forever. It dropped in price by like $10 about a week ago, so I was like, yes, that is an acceptable price. I will get it now. One that you could previously only see as a bootleg, and I saw as a bootleg a few times because it was literally the only way you could see it. But then Scream Factory finally got it a distribution deal for the first time ever. We have the classic, the Poughkeepsie tapes.
I fucking thought you owned that.
Nope.
I literally just rewatched that. Too,
I know. I remember you
last year.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get this for ages because this sat unreleased for like, I don't know, the better part of a decade. And,
like 9 years, I think, 8 years, something like that.
And it was literally, you could only see it as a bootleg. Like, it was available online all over the place, so you just had to, look around for it. But...
And the bootleg's a completely different cut, by the way. That's the director's cut.
This is the director, yeah, this is apparently the better cut. So, so anyway, finally, Scream Factory made a deal, I guess, with MGM, I think. Is it MGM? No, it was Orion.
It still feels
Orion
so fucking real. Too.
And yes, this
it's so good.
This is one of my all-time favorite found footage films. It's really, really good. It was originally recommended.
It's not just a found footage film.
No, it isn't. It's got elements.
It's a mockumentary.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Mockumentary. This was originally
called. That's the official honor title.
This was originally recommended to me by Mafia Man 5437, aka Doodly Conduct, longtime friend of the chat. He told me about it. He says, "Have you seen the Poughkeepsie tapes?" I'm like, "No, what is that?" It's like, it's a new found footage film. You can only see it as a bootleg. I'm like, "Oh, I'm intrigued." So, saw it, watched it several times, was just blown away by it. So, really glad to finally have an official release to actually be able to support the film that I've loved for so many years.
I mean, when me and Stab went to CryptCon 2016, that's when I bought my copy.
Oh,
a bootleg.
Like a bootleg?
I don't buy bootlegs, but it's the only way to get it.
I downloaded it. It was like, a decent quality AVI, I think. But,
Yeah, it's a really good quality DVD. Had a nice menu and everything.
But yeah, that was it. So it's great to finally be able to
I'm
to
so
have
glad
an official release. Does it have
pay
any
money-
extras
real
on
good
it?
money for it.
Yeah, it does
I
have
paid
some.
like $5 for it. Like,
It has
wasn't a
some
big deal.
extras on it. It's got some interviews with the writer, director, and writer producer, as well as one of the main actors in it, Stacy Chbosky, and it has the theatrical trailer. It's nice just to have any extras with the found footage films. I find a lot of them don't. They might have a little bit of deleted scenes, but they'll never give you any behind the scenes information. Which I think is like a conceit of the genre. They like to keep the mystery.
Well, part of the problem is they're too poor to have another camera there to record them recording things.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
That's quite honestly,
Yeah. But
I wish there's more behind the scenes on like the bigger budget ones. So
I've always
know
thought
there's stuff.
Well, yeah, because I think part of it is just kind of to preserve the mystique of the genre as well. That's how I've always looked at it anyway. I have no factual information to back that up. It's pure theory, but I think it's a sound one.
Just a gut.
Yeah, it just seems, because that seems to be a trend that I've seen with found footage films, is there's very rarely any behind the scenes stuff. Like even interviews, like they don't even have the interviews. It's just like they'll have a couple deleted scenes, and that's about it. But
Oh yeah, so about the thing about the Poughkeepsie tapes is it presented in such a real fashion.
Yeah.
Like the actors talking to you, everyone's like, oh, everyone acts badly. Like they're not acting badly. They're acting like like people who aren't acting.
They're acting like real people. Yeah.
So they're awkward. They stammer. They say a lot. They're people.
Yeah. Exactly.
That literally lends credence to this, a very
makes it more realistic.
Very fine sheen that they're putting on it to make you forget that's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
And you're truly shaken by the end of that. You're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
And you have to go like, is it real? Like you have to really attach yourself. It's really convincing.
Well,
especially when you get a bootleg of it. By the way, it's a little bit not rougher quality. And...
Yeah, that was the thing that I think kind of helped add to the mystique, was the fact that it was only available as a bootleg for like literally 10 years, and yeah, so that kind of, I mean, it's not real, but at the same time, it feels very real in a lot of spots, and
it convinces you for a single second.
Chillingly so. It's very well done. If you like found footage films,
it convinces you until the credits roll and you go, oh, it's just a movie. It's right.
Yeah, it's only a movie. It's only a movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's really effective, honestly. If you just let it take you.
Absolutely. Well, as you should with any found footage film, just go on the journey. Don't be going in with a critical eye, like, oh, these guys don't act very good. It's like, shut up. Just be there in the moment.
Yeah.
And that goes for any horror movie. Like, people, honestly, I think are like approach horror movies wrong. Where they're like, I take this as a challenge to poke holes in it. It's like, how about you just...
You didn't scare me at all. Okay.
Yeah, how about you just go on the ride and let it take you there,
My least favorite horror thing is, it wasn't scary, lol.
Oh, God, I hate those so much.
And I don't hang out with you for a reason.
It's like you're not impressing anybody. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Have a nuanced opinion.
Yeah. Have
a
nuanced opinion.
You don't have to like the thing.
It's fine if
but
you didn't
give me
like
a reason
it.
Why you don't like the thing.
That wasn't scary, and it's like,
And if you don't want to give me a reason, then just accept that you might be wrong, and I give you a very nuanced reason why you are.
Well, yeah, as Michael says, you don't necessarily have to be scared to enjoy it.
Exactly.
It's not just about being scary. It's about being an entertaining film. Were you entertained?
The art will tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
You don't. It'll tell you what to feel if it's done right.
What's that saying? You always, art informs itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, art owes you nothing, as I always say.
Well, that too. Well, I always I like George Martin's one. Art is not a democracy.
Yeah, art isn't a democracy. It's not.
You have no say. You can love it or hate it, but you have no say in how the art will be. Yeah.
But, all art is political, as we've always said. It's like my other thing I say a lot.
That's right. Yeah, it is. Everything has a statement. I also like good sci-fi horror. 007 sci-fi horror is awesome. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Probably my favorite subgenre.
It's funny they're releasing that Event Horizon release, and I just get sad because we'll never get the director's cut though.
Have we had an announcement on what's going to be included on that? Do we know for certain it
doesn't matter. It won't be the director's cut. That footage is gone.
Oh, good for you.
Salt mine.
Well, I don't know. Well, we've been surprised.
That's why they didn't give us. they went to go back when they were making the first Blu-ray, and they said they found the footage. It was in a fucking salt mine in
I don't know
some goddamn country in Europe.
We've been surprised.
Store these things,
We've been surprised before. We didn't think we'd get the uncut version of My Bloody Valentine, let alone in remastered, cleaned up form, and we did. So so who knows? Until we see an official announcement, I will not say yay or nay. I'll just wait. Cautious hope.
Foolish hope.
Foolish hope.
Foolish mortals.
Yeah, because if it turns out that it's not going to be significantly different, I might not even bother double dipping on it, even though it is in my top 3 sci-fi horror movies of all time.
Exactly. That might be a new transfer of the previous elements, which might be worth picking up, but I don't think it's going to be the extended cut like it should be.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. But, yeah, I do love that movie. I saw that in the theater.
So what movies did you guys watch this week?
I watched a bunch of movies.
I didn't watch anything. I watched some Hell's Kitchen. I finished season 6. I'm on to season 7. The guy that I wanted to win season 6 won it, so I was happy. And and all the bitches and assholes were expelled rightfully. I was happy. Yeah.
Enjoy your reality TV.
I do.
TV, man.
It's raw. You fucking donkey. I love Gordon Ramsay so much. But what else? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And then other than that, I've been playing The Last of Us all week, which is, to be fair, quite time-consuming because it's freaking huge.
And it's emotionally hard.
And it's emotionally hard, yeah. I don't really feel like doing much else afterwards, so... Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic and alternate history. Yeah, those are cool, definitely. Eileen, like, post-apocalyptic would probably be my favorite of those two. I do like some alternate history stuff, but...
Let's see here. Favorite genres?
Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic films, giallo films.
Oh yeah, giallo's great.
Pinky violence films. Which are Japanese girl power films with lots of sex and murder in them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like science fiction.
Me too. I also like science
fiction. Very
exploitation
of me, but
just generally science fiction. My horror shelf is definitely the biggest shelf.
Female Person and Scorpion is probably the most known Pinky violence film.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Snowblood kind of pushes the boundary, but isn't quite there. It's more artistic, which is why it's in the Criterion Collection.
Yeah.
And there's like Stray Cat Rock series, and there's a whole bunch more. I'm a big fan of it. There's a lot like the Sukeban Sukeban films, which are like the delinquent schoolgirl films, where they're just girls being badasses, kicking the shit out of dudes and stealing their money. That's fucking genre.
Nice.
But yeah, that's kind of like my favorite genres. Weird shit.
Excellent.
Oh, and the Lucha Libre superhero genre. Because goddamn it, we need more people, more masked men punching monsters. All right, so movies I watched. I'll just go.
Yeah, go for it.
I finished off Girls on Panzer the series, and then I watched the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched. I think there's a special or an OVA or something. I haven't watched that. I don't know where to watch that. I'm not gonna watch it on Crackle if it's there, because fuck Crackle. Anyway, 3.5 stars. I really like the show and the movie. Yes, exactly. Santo, Bird. Santo, the masked man.
Yes.
But yeah, Girls on Panzer, for those who don't know, is basically it's a sports anime in a dystopian future where society is mostly contained to these aircraft carriers, and like they use tank combat as a school sport for girls high school sport, and they shoot blank tank shells at each other and like have organized tank fights. But it's a sports anime. It's also cutesy. It's super weird. But each like team represents a nation of the world, and kind of abstract about like the World War basically. Not many people picked up on that. But it's all right.
Okay.
Like we team up with the Russians to defeat the Nazis at one point. Like it's so obvious. Anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, so I enjoyed that. The movie was really good. 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Nice.
Next, I watched Phantasm 3: Lord of the Dead with Stoudman. We watched the Last Drive-In edition with Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, nice.
And Stoudman, do you have some thoughts with this movie?
I liked it. It was ridiculous, but not in any way that you wouldn't expect it to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
This director,
Don Coscarelli,
he knows how to frame and how to shoot.
Look at the framing.
Very well, but obviously, like, the subject matter, the concept behind the movie is fucking crazy and ridiculous and what the fuck. So it's like, it's a B horror movie that's shot really well, and that's the description I would give to pretty much to all the Phantasm movies I've seen so far.
Reggie Bannister.
A B horror movie that's shot really well.
Reggie Bannister shoots scenery up, and he's hilarious and great, and he's so charismatic. And yeah.
What is it with the fucking Hemis in this fucking?
It's his car, man.
Series.
The car is part of the iconic part of it. That's iconic as the ball.
I love Joe Bob Briggs goes off on not one, not two, but like 3 or 4 different tangents about how they blew up a Hemikuna in.
Yeah, he keeps he's stuck. By the way, he's been on this tangent for decades because he did this on TNT too.
He's obsessed.
Like he just he can't get over the fact that he just wrecked a very rare car. He just fucked it up, and he's right there on stream. It's crazy, but yeah. So yeah, I like the Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. It's I usually watch it with 2. I usually do double bills, but
yeah,
we watched 2. And it was very late that night, and so then we watched Phantasm 3, and I swear we watched something else, like a show or something. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I don't remember watching
Fair
anything else. In fact, I remember what I watched after that because you went to bed.
Oh, that's right. I'm probably fucking exhausted. Yeah.
I watched Knives Out.
Oh,
I need to see that.
Yeah, I need to see that too.
Which is fucking fantastic.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Of course it is. Everybody keeps talking about how amazing it is. But, like, to put it this way, it's the first, like, traditional mystery story film that I've seen in, I would say, maybe 20 years or more that I wasn't able to predict. You know what I mean?
Nice.
A lot of them, they have these storylines that you're like, oh, I kind of see where this is going.
Like, oh, it's that guy.
I was not able to predict at all. I had my ideas. Everybody has their ideas.
Of course.
But I was not. I was always off base somewhere.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's a sign to me of a really good mystery story, is something that keeps you from seeing what's coming.
So that
for long enough that you can't fucking predict exactly what's going to happen.
So that hit Netflix this week, right?
It's on Amazon.
Or Amazon. I knew it hit one of them.
It might be on Netflix in Canada.
No. It's Amazon is Amazon here too. So it's Netflix is Netflix.
All right.
It's only with stuff like Hulu that we get it on one of the other streaming services because we don't have Hulu here. So
usually the Hulu stuff goes to Amazon, I think.
And some of the other ones, CBS All Access goes to some of the other ones too.
So staying up late, I then woke up after only getting a few hours of sleep to have a full movie marathon with my buddy Alex.
Nice.
And we watched The Phantom Empire from 1988.
Mm-hmm.
This film is trying so hard to be Flash Gordon. It's so much fun.
Well,
it's a romp. You need to see it.
It's based on the old movie serial.
Not really. Very vaguely. Very loosely.
I know, but that's where it gets the title from and some of the concepts.
Yes, and there are elements from that, but so very loosely. I gotta warn you.
I've seen the old movie serial, the old Gene Autry movie serial. That one's a lot of fun.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Gene Autry, the singing cowboy versus the Underground Empire.
This live action movie is awesome. This movie from 1988 is so much fun. Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs is in this. And he is the greatest twink in history. I love him. He's beautiful. I want to kiss him.
Nice.
He's amazing. He's so good. Anyway, next, watch The Lost Empire, which is Jim Wynorski's first film.
Uh-huh.
And it's okay.
Okay.
There's like, it's kind of an adventure film.
Mm-hmm.
But like what happens is like halfway through the movie it becomes Enter the Dragon. Like they go to a secret island and there's a fucking fighting tournament, but nobody knows actually martial arts, so everyone just kind of haphazardly attempts to fucking swing floppily at each other.
Okay.
It's embarrassing for everyone involved.
Martial arts. Yeah.
I got 2 out of 5 for that way. Phantom Empire got 3 out of 5. It's really solid. It's got a really fun camp feel, and you would love it if you like Flash Gordon. Try it.
I'm sure. Yeah. No, it's one I've been wanting to see for a while because I love that type of stuff.
Next, we get Battle for the Lost Planet from 1986, a Brett Piper film. Brett Piper is a special effects wizard.
Nice.
And he's done a bunch of movies. Can't name them off my head. It's not like big name movies, but he's an independent filmmaker also, and he did these 2 movies I'm going to talk about. The first, they're related. The Mutants, a sequel. This guy steals like his plans for something. I can't remember what. Then he gets in a space shuttle and he flies away, and like he accidentally puts the autopilot on, and it's gonna be gone for 8 years.
Okay.
And as he's leaving Earth, an alien invasion happens, and the apocalypse happens on Earth because aliens just flatten Earth basically. So 8 years later, he lands on Earth in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Aliens are trying to kill him. Monsters are trying to kill him. Mutants are trying to kill him. People are trying to kill him. Everybody trying to kill him.
Nice.
So, great stuff. Mutant War continues it. There's more stuff to it. It evolves the plot line. And then last but not least, I can't talk about Mutant War without spoiling it.
Okay.
Both movies have amazing homages to Harryhausen with stop motion like dinosaur sequences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Monster sequences. And and last but not least, I watched Taming the T-Rex uncut for the first time.
Right.
With my friend Megan.
Yeah.
She has been introducing me to some movies I hadn't seen, and we watched Taming the T-Rex, and oh my fucking god, what a joy that movie was! I'd seen the cut version a few times.
Yeah.
Via Riff Tracks and Mystery Science Theater, and watching it the actual regular version on TV back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I popped it in, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember the scene, and then all sorts of crazy shit starts happening, and the gore happens. The gore, even though I know the gore is coming, the way the gore is happening is so fucking funny. I was howling.
Nice.
It's so good.
I need to see
5
that.
5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I've heard that one's
Perfect
great.
film. Perfectly trash. I love it.
Just a quick aside, Iceman was saying, oh yeah, Dune postcards found in Arrow's new releases. So they got Dune coming.
Really?
Yeah, I assume the David Lynch one.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that's one I'd be all over. I'll be all over that. Yeah.
I've been on the lookout for that steelbook with the extended cut for a long time, so I hope the Blu-ray has that.
Yeah. Well, knowing Arrow, I mean, you know they're gonna try to get it.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. So
I hope they can.
Well, that sounds awesome. I wonder if they'll convince David Lynch to do any kind of interview whatsoever. Probably not.
Maybe they'll let him do a retrospective interview. Like one will talk about some movies you were involved in, and out of nowhere they'll ask him about Dune, even though he said no. I got one last question. Can you give me any thoughts about Dune? And he walks away. Like,
that's the entire interview. David Lynch interview,
right.
5 seconds. Also, Skinslip and I this week got back to watching some cartoons, and we watched the first 7 episodes of the post-apocalyptic comic book masters created Thundar the Barbarian, and we had a lot of fun with that. Also known as, let's see how Ookla the Mock gets thrown into the water this week.
Ookla's the best.
Ookla hates water, so just like in good old A-Team tradition with getting B.A. Baracus on the plane every episode, they find some way to get Ookla into the water every episode.
You get me on that. No way. Swimp sweet wipe, and he's like all sullen.
Yeah.
Or freaking out, one of the two, depending on.
Or they put tranquilizers in his food or something and just knock him out. Yeah.
That show was so stupid. Yes,
great.
because friends are okay when you casually drug them.
Yeah,
They don't have
right.
that arise after a while. Oh my
Nice.
God.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. What do you mean? Yeah.
You know, you fools are the reason why I had to have drinks with cats on the.
Yeah.
You know?
But well, yes, Ookla is definitely a Chewbacca ripoff, and I'm pretty sure I did notice it as a kid. And what, the Sun Sword isn't a lightsaber ripoff? Like, come on.
It's Chewbacca.
It's a post Star Wars sci-fi fantasy adventure cartoon. But yeah, it was created by Steve Gerber with character designs by Jack Kirby and Alex Toth. And scripts written by Steve Gerber, Martin Pascoe, Buzz Dixon. Was it Buzz Dixon?
Steve Gerber.
Mark Evanier. There's a lot of comic book alumni who worked on this show, and it was produced by Ruby Spears. So good fun. Ran for 2 seasons, 1980 to 1981, for 21 episodes total. So we watched the first third of them, and
There's probably a good chance we'll get that on Blu-ray someday.
Yeah, we were talking about that, like, because Warner, who owns all of the Ruby Spears and Hanna-Barbera library, seems to have film masters of everything. So
they're apparently working on Superman, so I don't see why they wouldn't work on that next or something else next. You know?
There you go. Yeah, just nice short one-off releases through Warner Archive.
Ruby Spears Superman would be amazing on Blu-ray. You kidding me?
Oh yeah, anything, all that old stuff. Get all the old Super Friends.
Oh yeah, and Fleischer cartoon.
I would like a big definitive box set of all the Super Friends in order, so we don't have to get all these frickin' haphazard releases with inconsistent titling and numbering.
Yes. I had them all. Insanity.
It's ridiculous. I remember we were looking at those.
Yeah, I have a piece of paper with them listed out in the first one, just in case I get mixed up.
Exactly. Like, you basically have to, because it's so ridiculous.
So dumb.
Well, because they didn't do it also as just seasons. They did it like as a new Super Friends show with a new title, and then later they went back to calling it Super Friends, and then they started numbering the seasons for a couple seasons, and then they changed it again, and then, oh my God, it's so ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, what I always remember.
I want it with the shape of Hall of Justice. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Or have it like a double-sided one with like Hall of Justice on one side, Legion of Doom on the other.
Yeah, the dicks are inside it, you know?
Yeah. That's the one I used to watch all the time was, and I think it got repeated the most, was the Challenge of the Super Friends, which was the big one that had them versus the Legion of Doom. This is why I found it funny that when the GoBots cartoon came out, they called it Challenge of the GoBots.
Oh, right.
Like, they're trying to make it like the Super Friends, but with GoBots. But anyway, Justice Friends, League of Superheroes, yeah.
Did you watch anything other than what we watched together?
Anything else, Stab? Anything else you watched?
No, nothing else other than Phantasm 3 and Knives Out. I had a lot of work to do this week, so I
I've been streaming a lot.
And watched both Sean and some other streamers play The Last of Us 2. It's just been a Last of Us 2 week.
Just watch all of our suffering.
He never watches me anymore. He's supposedly my friend, but he never watches me anymore, chat. Great sadness in my life. I used to have a friend. Now he's just a ghost.
Well, on that note, thanks for watching, everybody. Now that we're all depressed and miserable. Yeah. All right. Well, have yourselves a great night, everybody. Thanks for coming out to the Saturday Night InSaNiTy podcast. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just had to do that.
Yeah, podcast. This was a great podcast.
This was an excellent
Available
podcast.
where none of your podcasts are
this
at.
week.
Just
So be sure to check your RSS feeds for weekly episodes.
Oh, God.
Does anybody even use that anymore?
Does anyone use? Yeah, does anyone use RSS anymore?
Only for tripods, not only for podcasts, I think.
Only for all those old podcasts before video became the new podcast.
I watched several podcasts or video podcasts.
See, there you go.
Joe Rogan's the biggest podcast He's the biggest podcast in the world, and this is fucking video. So.
Well, okay, Duncan. Yeah, but you're special. You're special, Duncan. With all your techiness.
Specialness.
Your specialness. Alrighty. Have yourselves a great week, everybody. And goodbye from Rosie, too, who's been silently playing Fortnite all night and occasionally bursting into fits of giggles at inappropriate moments.
Sorry.
Bye, everybody.
Analog was singing, and it was hilarious.
Oh, I see. Okay. Alrighty. Well, have yourselves a wonderful day or night, everybody. I'll be back on tomorrow for more Last of Us action and heartbreak. And those of you on YouTube, you'll start to see episodes of that very, very soon if you can't make it to the streams. And, yeah. See you next week, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Stay safe. Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Everybody.
Bye.
Penis.
Theme. Is I still have the theme? Okay. Bye.